Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today, checking out some Italian craft beer and a beer from a brewery that's supposedly the best brewery in Italy for hoppy beer. I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard great things of the brewery. It is Alder, and they're based in Milan, and they make a lot of hoppy beer. They make a lot of different beer styles, but hoppy beer is what they're really known for. And not a brewery that you see in distribution, I think, yet really. I haven't seen this on like European web shops and stuff, but the reason why I get to try it is because my subscriber, Leonardo, came to Denmark for vacation and also other places in Scandinavia. I'm not sure. I think they drove up here. Because they had a car, they could go to Bad Seed. And he came all the way out to Bad Seed Brewing and we hung out. I gave him a tour. We tried some beer from the tanks and we shared a bottle of Brasserie de la Fonte, a vanilla something. It was called Wonder something, which was a triple vanilla barrel-aged imperial stout. It was like, okay, these guys are doing great stuff. Brasserie de la Fonte is one of the breweries that are getting a lot of traction among geeks right now in Italy for making really great barrel-aged beer. And for hops, it's this. And he came all the way to hang out, have a beer, say hi, and then he brought some beers for me. And I also got to bring back some Bad Seed beer, which is awesome. So thanks a ton for the beers, dude. He brought a 4-pack of Alder beer for both me and Frederick, my boss, which is so kind. And he brought bottles of barrel-aged beer for me from De La Fonte, which is something that's not really accessible outside of, Italy. So very kind of you. Thanks a ton, dude. I'm looking forward to this. This smells great just sitting here. So we're checking out Duna, starting with the West Coast IPA. He gave me a West Coast IPA, a hazy IPA, a New Zealand IPA, a Keller beer, and a porter. But I'm really looking forward to this because it looks a lot like the way I like West Coast IPAs. Before this, because I had a feeling it would look like this, just to get in tune, I drank some quite highly acclaimed American West Coast IPA like this, like modern West Coast. But I got a little bit of info. This is like, is it to the day? No, it's just shy of 4 weeks, so dead fresh. And so this is a West Coast IPA on 6.5%, made with German malt, Pilsner malt, just like we do. California ale, just like we do at Bad Seed. And a blend of American, New Zealand, and Australian hops. So it's got Galaxy, Wai-ti, Idaho 7, and Nelson Sauvin CGX. And it's supposed to have flavors of pineapple, mango, mandarin orange, and lychee. So, it sounds banging. And I can smell it from here. It smells really nice. It's so fun. Like, brewery pops out. You hear about it. And then, you can just see by process and ingredients what they talk about there. It's like, it's like what we like to do as well. So that's funny. I'm looking forward to this. So pours a lightly hazy golden yellow color in the glass. The reason why some of these West Coast IPAs are a little bit hazy is because there's loads of hops in them. And getting West Coast IPAs clear when you do these modern methods of dry hop and cold whirlpools and stuff is not super easy. So you do sometimes get beers that just has the slightest bit of haze, and this one does. But it's that pin bright, almost green-hued yellow color with a white head. Let's check out the aroma on Duna by Alder. Yeah, that smells really nice. It's super pin bright, really, really, really pin bright. I'm getting lots of bright tropical fruit, definitely like pineapple and passion fruit. I see the lychee they talk about, but I also get like a zesty lemon lime note. Well, it's interesting, Galaxy in there. There's a little bit of an earthiness. I wonder if that's from Galaxy, just lightly, but it's nice. Like earthiness and like these kind of more old school flavors pair well in modern West Coast as well. And Idaho 7 is funny. I used to not like Idaho 7 until I started. Until I tried some good crops of Idaho 7 brewing with it, where it's like, oh, it turned out nice. But sometimes I just think, at least on its own, it can be too much. I think Idaho 7 is something where you work with playing with other hops. It's interesting. I was just about to say, I'm not really, it's got Nelson TGX. That's like the cryo version of Nelson just from Crosby Hops. I'm not getting that much like Pop and Nelson. But as soon as I was about to say that, It was that like gooseberry bright vibe. It's funny. So, okay, I just had those American beers. This smells more aromatic than those. And that's because it's a fresher beer. But it smells like a really nice West Coast IPA. So thanks a ton for the beer, Leonardo. Let's try it. Cheers. Yeah, you can feel that this is fresher for sure. Am I drinking a bad seed beer? Like, this is exactly like our West Coasters. This is so funny. It is, that's why it's a little bit weird as well to like sit and talk about it. It feels so familiar. Like, it also feels very familiar to just like what I drank from other breweries in the States. This is just a bit more bitter. And it is more like vibrant right now because it's fresh. This is great fucking West Coast IPA. Really good. And this is not just to toot my own horn because I just said it's like bad seed. But like we just did a West Coast double IPA called Ghoul, which was Rawaka, Nelson. What else did I put in there? Simcoe, Centennial, Strata CGX. Like that was like very. That's a double IPA. Is a bit more intense than this, but like it has some of the same nuances. Like when we do singles, some of the same like brightness and saturation of hops and bitterness and like just pure hop flavor. It's exactly the same. I'm sure that Alder has been studying what's going on in America, judging by this. This is definitely someone who knows what's going on the West Coast and knows that West Coast IPAs these days are not just cloying, rich, really piney, earthy, resiny beers. What I do think, though, with this one, which is actually nice, there is a very nice bitterness that cuts everything in the end, and it like dries out, it snaps, it pops, which is really nice. It pops with both CO2 bitterness and also bright hop flavor. Like this, I think I'm drinking this at around like a peak in terms of age. This is the age I want to drink my hoppy beers because you just like it's just been sitting enough in the can to mellow just slightly, so it's not too abrasive or cloying or biting, but it still has like the same like waft of aroma and flavor that you want. Like this is some of the best fucking West Coast IPA I've had from Europe. Really, like this is like on par with so much California and stuff. I'm really like I'm not. I knew it was going to be good, but this is surprisingly fucking great. I could drink this for days. I like how it has more bitterness as well. I love there's just like right. I'm getting loads of like bright gooseberry, like dank Nelson, like diesel dankness as well, which is really nice. There is even like a little bit of grapefruit on the end with the bitterness. But all in all, it's like more bright, saturated, hoppy flavors, bright pineapple, lemon, lime, zestiness, bright passion fruit. And then there's like touches of earthy undertones and whatnot. I'm really thinking a lot of that is Galaxy. I'm not sure how Wai-ti tastes. I mean, I've tried it before, but it's been years. But I feel like there's a good portion of Nelson in this one. I even think it might be a little bit more bitter than the American ones I had. To be honest, I actually like this one more. I like this more than Brewhouse. I like this more than Electric. And this is from Italy. Europeans can brew fire beer as well. Freshness just also wins. Like this is packaged as like it's not even a month in the can. You know, that's also part of the reason why it's probably tasting better than the others because they've been like maybe 2-3 months, maybe 4 months in the can because they're shipped all the way from the States. So I judging by this one beer alone, I am super stoked to drink the rest of all their beers, and this guy knows his hops. Like you can sense that this is also like the water is right because it snaps and it pops. Like you need high sulfate levels to get that like it snaps and it pops. Like this is freaking impressive stuff. I'm really stoked that this is this good, but I'm also quite surprised because I was thinking it was going to be good, but this is fucking great. I don't think it's world class, but it's not far off. The only thing for me to reach world class would be just like a little bit more like bright tropical vibes to like make it sing. Maybe just like a slightly different hop combo because I can often get sick of both Idaho 7 and Galaxy, but it's fire beer. Like, man, Italy's hop game. I guess you guys need to go to Alder. This is awesome. Thanks a ton for sharing, Leonardo. This is just fire stuff. This is like, if you want to try, if you're in Europe, I think they sell beer from their web shop, because I had a look at their web shop. I'm not sure if they ship outside of Italy. You should try and see if you can get some. Because if you want to try, like, when I've done reviews in North Park and Shred and Slice and Brewhouse and Cellar Maker and Ghost Town and like lots of these West Coast brewers that do them, like, the beers really well, this is equally good. Like, you can get Alder if you're in Europe, and you're gonna get a great experience as well. So surprisingly great. I'm gonna go 94 on this. Like, this is fucking fire West Coast. I like it more than all the other ones I had from the West Coast. But I think it's also just due to freshness. But this, you can also taste like this is someone who's been working on getting this right, which I fucking love. I'm very technical about things like that myself, so I'd love to twist and turn and just like to get the beer where I want it to be. But yeah, wow, great stuff. So the problem with this is, like, now I'm going to have really high expectations to all the other Alder beers, but this is great. So yeah, thanks a ton, Leonardo. This was a treat. So if you guys want to drink Modern West Coast IPA, look no further. Drink Alder from Italy or Bad Seed. Just to toot my own horn a little bit. But this is awesome. So Alder Duna, fantastic beer. Check it out. Drink it right now when it's really fresh, because it's banging fresh. And if you guys had a chance to try this one, let me know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I want to say cheers. And the best hoppy beer I've had from Italy, hands down. And one of the best West Coast IPAs I've had in a long time from Europe. And say cheers, and see you guys in the beer review.